attending our session. The title is Best Practices for Social Media During Ramadan. Thank you also to the speakers for being here. And so let's start the session. My first question to you guys is around what are the key principles during Ramadan that brands can leverage to hit their target market? Can we start with Eddie?
Sure. Maybe just to give you guys a bit background about our companies, we basically provide a smart public screen. We have a booth outside if you want to check it out. We basically have 150 locations that allows people to interact with the content creator. So the content creator can be from home and can be from anywhere, and we can broadcast them to basically practically everywhere. So essentially, the smart public screen that we have is located in the Hangout place, and we can actually the only one in Indonesia that can target people in locations like cafe, food court, and retail places, and all these other hangout places. So just to answer your question, I think I want to share a little bit of the data point, right? Because we noticed that more than 85% of people actually want to spend time with their family during the Ramadan. So understanding the timing is important. You have to understand that during the Ramadan, the most important or the highest engagement actually happens after the iftar, during the Ramadan Burit. And knowing that, then we need to be able to understand them and interact with them. So you have to create a campaign and divide it into multiple phases: the pre-Ramadan, during the mid-Ramadan, and also the post-Ramadan after the Idul Fitri. And understanding this will able to help you to design the campaign more effectively. For example, you have to, when people are waiting during the Ngabuburit, we need to be able to interact with them. And of course, the multi-platform campaign is a must. You need to be able to target them through multiple devices, through social media, through online, through offline. But again, to understand them more, because they're sitting in the public places, we need to be able to reach out to them, and we need to be able to communicate with them through the interactive. So our screen will help them to not only reach to these people, but help you to convert and create a better conversion. And most importantly, you can engage with them, and you can create more activation with them in the public places.
Okay, because your business is around screens and interaction, the most important part is around timing, right? And knowing the target audience and where they are in terms of location during those times.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go with Beno.
Okay, that's a great question. Jadi kalau little story ya dari kita punya bisnis, Lion Parcel is a logistic company. We are part of the Lion Group gitu ya. Dan kemudian mungkin ini very first time kalau logistik bisa sharing their insight gitu ya. Thank you, Miss. Jadi kita ngeliat ini sebagai sebuah opportunity. Actually, logistik ini sesuatu yang menarik juga untuk teman-teman lihat dan explore. Karena like any other marketing activities, brand stuff, and semuanya itu juga ada di logistik. Even though kita terlihat very conventional, but actually di dalamnya itu kita bermain dan ngulik juga nih tentang any insights yang happen during Ramadan, seasonal, festive activity, itu semuanya kita explore juga pun. Jadi pun prinsipnya sebenarnya kalau dari sisi Lion Parcel sendiri, we see Ramadan itu sebagai sebuah momen gitu ya, not only untuk kita having sales, bigger sales during Ramadan, karena by default the number will increase by itself gitu ya, without we have to do anything. Frankly speaking gitu ya, especially in logistik, karena siapa sih sekarang di sini yang nggak ngirim paket lebih sering gitu ya, kirim parcel dan segala macam. Tapi actually what interesting about Ramadan is actually the traffic that coming to our channel, our platform, yang mana itu semua bisa jadi kayak first data yang bisa kita ekstrak, dan kita bisa jadikan sebuah investment untuk kita gather even more sales di Ramadan 2026, 27, 28, even sampai 2030. So we are investing for the future during Ramadan. Jadi basically kalau kita tarik lagi to answer your question, sebenarnya fokusnya sebenarnya ada dua gitu ya. Satu adalah kita basically understanding our stakeholders, karena we are not only talking to the customer gitu ya, tapi kita juga punya our square head, which is our agent, yang mana harus kita tamper gitu ya. Secondly, actually adalah humanizing all the data yang masuk ke kita, sehingga kita bisa jadikan itu sebuah insight yang oke lah untuk kita bisa creating blueprint untuk kita ke depannya gitu ya, karena when it comes to commercially the number is there gitu ya. Tapi how we can invest the future. Yang terakhir mungkin adalah tadi sempat ada sesi di depan dari teman PhD dari Mas Danar, kalau masalah dia mention tentang content is actually the currency gitu ya. Jadi di kita pun juga melihat seperti itu. Kita pengen bikin di lain Paxel, kita sebagai logistik yang paling aktif socially in marketing, dan kita pengen bikin logistik itu asik dan menarik gitu ya. Jadi kita want to be the cool guy of logistik, karena we want to tap into the younger audience. So that's the interesting about logistik in overall. Dari kami gitu sih.
Okay, so basically from your business, it's actually more important to get insights from Ramadan, the target audience, karena udah datang sendiri.
Sure, yes.
So you use all those insights for your future campaigns.
Betul sekali.
Okay. And then Alza?
I think Benno was just being humble. Of course, with the marketing campaigns, you can engage further your audience and increase more penetrations in any kind of platforms, right? So, as the Indonesian saying, dari mata turun ke hati, right? My topics is revolve around that. So, mata is all about discoverability, your exposure, right? So, try being there in the preferred channels from your audience. Like right now, if you're targeting the Gen Zs, then TikTok is your answers, right? And the plus point with discoverable right now, the Gen Zs are not looking information purely in other channels, they also search in the social channels. So increasing your SEO through the content, your captions, your hashtags is important. And then the second one is Hati. Hati is all about relevance. So being Ramadan, like what Eddie mentioned before, it's all about family, faith, religions, always for Indonesia, right? So try to tap in within the moment and also the content that's reflect with them. And one of the good things I learned also about this is about audio sensory marketing. So use sounds to also trigger the audience to create more brands, positive brands associations. Like there's like lots of brands that is already success doing this campaign. From one of our brands, Redoxons, before we try to make campaign using the sounds of the tablet in the water, resolve in the water, using sounds like just. So we create campaign just before just. So you drink your Redoxons before you go out. So try to be relevant, try to inject your message and move the eyes to the hearts of your consumers.
Jadi dari mata ke hati.
Yeah.
That is the main messaging here. Okay. Jadi we can move on to the next question. This is more specific, to digital platform and how you have used social media as a way to promote your brand's presence and sales during the Ramadan time. Let's start with Beno.
Okay, thank you for the question. Jadi the way we see Ramadan gitu ya, tadi challenge-nya adalah how to convert it commercially gitu kan. Jadi we see digital social media itu sebagai we call it like a pillars. Jadi one pillars to answer the commercial objective and the other we put it sebagai sebuah tools atau medium untuk kita creating value, the brand value. Karena we see this is the challenge when I joined Land Parcel the very first time 4 years ago. Jadi setelah kita cek, ternyata memang orang tuh melihat logistik sebagai sebuah komoditi. Jadi nggak ada additional value. Kayak kita sering ngirim paket, gitu ya. Tapi kita nggak pernah merasa sebenarnya apa sih yang diberikan oleh logistik merah, biru dan segala macamnya. Jadi gimana sebenarnya me as a head of brand and person untuk value on top of the commercial side. Karena as I mentioned before, we are investing for the future. Dan tadi sempat ada sesi tentang ngomongin insight dari Gen Z, Gen Y gitu ya, yang mana secara digital, socially itu mereka very active. So then kita mau creating sustainable dari brand itu sendiri. Gimana caranya sebenarnya secara komersiali it has a number, challenge, the KPI gitu ya, dengan kita creating promotion and so on and so stuff gitu ya. Tapi in the longer run gitu ya, kita bisa creating sebuah value yang lebih panjang. Sehingga ini nih sekarang user-user kita yang masih muda-muda ini, yang Gen Z ini nih, mereka mulai melihat bahwa relevansi dari online parcel itu makin tinggi. So then kita create engagement sama Denny Sumargo as our creators gitu ya. Terus kemudian creating content yang engaging during Ramadan. Akhirnya mereka feeling attached dan hopefully kita creating new wave of new juragan gitu ya. Karena kan kita aiming for the future. Hopefully yang sekarang pada jualan online ini yang kirimnya sehari bisa 100, in the next 5 years, 10 years bisa tiba-tiba jadi 10.000, 100.000 per hari. You never know. So then that's what we invest on the social media gitu ya, di digital, how to create value dan dari sisi commercially. Jadi ini yang apa namanya jadi backbone-nya dan kenapa kita play so much effort, putting so many apa namanya time dan apa namanya effortnya untuk kita fokus di social media content.
Okay, so for Line Parcel, basically you focus social media presence more for branding and for long-term loyalty play.
Surely yes, we are manifesting for the future.
Okay. Fauzan?
Sure. For me, the key success relies on, I have like my frameworks called Sahur. It's an abbreviation that relevance with Ramadan campaign, right? So S is for storytelling with cultural relevance content, definitely. A is for audience-centric approach. H for holistic digital integrations. U for unique offers and timing, definitely. Without unique offers and timing to create what it said, like the intriguing moment, limited time deals, right? You won't be able to convert whatever marketing campaigns that you've done into the actual results, which is your GMV. And then R is for real impact and community engagement. Of course, with the nowadays, the live streamings, the influencers trends. So building a community ensures that our consumers are engaged with them, the same cohorts that they have. And brand could also inject their message to talk in the same language with the audience is also important. And so remember, not forgetting your sahur during Ramadan, also apply it in your marketing campaign.
Okay, so from your end, we have to remember Sahur as an abbreviation for all of the different techniques you just mentioned, and basically focus on the target audience, right? Yes. Okay. Eddie?
Yeah, I think for me it's not to make assumption too early. So when we started this everywhere, right? We trying to experiment and A/B testing. So we put a box and a camera, and then the musician can actually sing from home. But then we also alternate with the real people who are actually singing on premise, the same exact musician. We do alternate for the whole month. We thought that can actually a machine replace or at least do the same impact or experience as the real person on premise. So we measure the success based on the engagement, how many song requests basically. So when the musisinya on premise ya lagi genjreng duduk di kursi itu, we noticed that many of them on average receive about 5 to 6 song requests. So when we make the same musician sing from home, terus mereka di broadcast di those locations, we see that the number of song requests increased to 40 requests. It's 8 times more, and we were blown away. Like, what is going on? So apparently, we noticed that all the younger generation, especially the Gen Z, they somehow somewhat prefer to interact with the machine more than the human. So they like to chat more. They like to, I think maybe they feel intimidated when talking to the real person, or maybe they get used to chatting with their friend on WhatsApp or something. So the engagement increased significantly. And I think this is why that we understand, I think the more we know about this, our target audience, the more we realize that we don't know about them, and the more we realize that we have to ask for their feedback. So that's why this interactivity using the social media is important. So you can interact with them, you can gather the first party data, and you can ask for feedback. Then you can run multiple different campaigns based on that. That's so cool, there's a sound effect.
From everywhere.
Okay, so basically, I lost my train of thought. So basically, interactivity is very important nowadays, and then obviously digital over offline for your situation. I have a question actually for you on top of that. The engagement rate is by what? The hour? The day? Like 40 requests versus 5 requests is by how?
By 2 hours, or over the 2-hour period. So one session. Usually the singer can sing about 2 hours for one session.
But that's a huge jump. Yeah.
It's a huge jump.
Okay, within 2 hours.
And we're talking about the same exact musician.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And then we'll go to the next question. What innovative campaigns in the past have you done for Ramadan that maybe you can share with the audience? Let's start with Elsa.
Yeah, remember the Sahur frameworks that I've mentioned, right? The last part is about building community. So one of the campaign that is coming from our brands, I think the past 2 years before, is CDR Stronger 30. So 30 is like, actually, you should be aware if you are already in this 30 years old, then your bone will be deteriorating. So you need to consume the multivitamins, right? So using the numbers 30, we are creating like 30 days live streaming and live shopping marathon using 30 influencers, and to create the urgency during the live streaming sessions and to ensure that we are achieving our revenue targets as well. We create distinctive offers. And to cover all of that, because Ramadan is all about sharing, you try to get berkah or pahala, right? So we also encourage people when they buy 1 pack of CDR, they also give 1 pack of CDR to the delivery man. So we're not ensuring that we make our consumers healthy, but also Indonesian overall healthy. And it was like a very good campaign. We are achieving to get like more than 50% new trialists, doubling the conversion rate, etc. So yeah, community, your limited offers, and tied in with contextual message during the specific moments is your key.
Yeah, so for you, your best campaign have been tied to the Ramadan theme, probably giving back, dapat pahala, right? That's very interesting. Kalau misalnya dari Pak Edi?
Last year, during the Ramadan kan kita kan punya lokasi banyak di restoran juga kan, di kumpul gather kan. Biasanya kita suka kasih semacam kayak kultum gitu, waktu mereka lagi ngabuburit kayak semacam pengajaran gitu ya. Nah, during the pengajaran itu biasanya kita memang ada inject some sort of like ad-libs and everything, tapi juga memang intensinya bagus. One of them misalnya waktu itu skincare, so one of this Papa Ustadz ganteng gitu yang memang lagi live streaming dari Mesir gitu ya, live gitu. Terus dia ngomong-ngomong, terus secara komen netizennya kayak, Pak Ustadz kalau lagi di siang-siang di luar gitu pakai sunblock dong biar mukanya tetap ganteng gitu. Terus dia bilang, wah boleh juga ini, ada yang punya sunblock gitu. Terus dia langsung pakai live on the TV ya during the broadcast. Jadi itu lucu. Dan the next day ada yang nanya juga, Pak Ustadz kalau pakai sunblock itu harus cuci muka, kalau nggak kan jerawatan gitu. Terus oh ya ada rekomendasi apa gitu, sabun cuci mukanya, dan they can actually, dan itu creating very high engagement. Dan apa itu good conversion juga gitu. On top of that, kita juga musisi kita yang simple nih, misalnya kayak mereka lagi nyanyi gitu, terus di one of the coffee shop join itu kayak they have an issue karena most of the younger generation itu suka beli satu kopi tapi they don't leave, they stay in the same shop for the whole day. Dan ini quite annoying for the shop owner karena mereka modalnya nggak balik gitu, dan mereka cuma beli satu untuk berlima gitu. Kursinya dibikin gak enak, tetap gak pulang. So akhirnya they ask our playstar atau content creator kita, they sing a song for them and they say, hey, since you're there, boleh nggak beli kopi lagi gitu to support me. Dan itu kita lihat a very high conversion, about 99% lah ya, most likely people will buy more. Jadi I think again, it's cute, it's funny, tapi juga selalu menyentuh ke hati, seperti dari mata ke hati. Jadi kita juga bikinnya sesuatu yang very soft juga, very subtle juga, tapi bisa creating impact dan long lasting impression juga.
Sekali lagi,
itu trademark ya.
hati ini trademark.
Ada bunyi lagi.
Jadi dari mata ke hati, pakai ustadz yang ganteng, jangan lupa. So cultural relevance, right? It's quite important. How about you? You know?
Oke, di Lion Parcel kita ini ngikutin satu insight. Setiap tahun ada insight dari Google yang coming from Ramadan Insight gitu kan. And one of the key insights actually adalah bahwa konten consumption during ngabuburit itu kan naiknya gila-gilaan, exponentially high gitu kan. Dan itu reflect ke kita punya viewership gitu kan. Semakin tinggi, semakin gede. So then we never label it like as a campaign, karena our umbrella di kita punya logistik pasti kirim kebaikan, basically kan itu. Tapi gimana caranya kita mengekstrak insight tersebut sehingga kita as a brand gitu ya bisa masuk ke realmnya teman-teman yang lagi consuming konten during ngabuburit gitu. Nah, jadi this is what we do. Kita tarik insight-nya juga gitu ya. Ternyata salah satu yang kita pengen dapetin itu memang dari Mas Edi banyak yang emosional. Tapi emosional itu kan translasinya macam-macam. One of the translations actually they are seeking for entertainment. Gitu kan. Jadi kita cari sesuatu konten yang gemes-gemes yang lucu-lucu gitu ya. Begitu sesuatu yang memang orang-orang itu pengen nontonin. Kita riding on the trend, kita FYP dan segala macam sehingga kita bikin konten-konten yang memang consumable, snackable untuk orang-orang nungguin during ngabuburitan. Nah dari situ kita coba tarik lagi, ternyata risetnya juga lumayan nendang nih. Dari kita compare dengan regular time kita bisa dapetin per kontennya itu in average ya 2,5 juta views lah per konten kita punya. Terus dan TikTok you can check di our social media ya di Lain Parcel right away. Tapi itu sesuatu yang memang buat kita as a logistic company jadi sesuatu yang memang menarik gitu, karena memang kita di Lain Parcel kita kita bukan nomor 1, nomor 2, nomor 3, kita masih nomor sekian. So then awareness level harus dinaikin. Artinya kan kita harus naikin secara exposure. Dan gimana kita dari sisi Ramadan itu sebagai season untuk kita bisa dapetin additional extra exposure, boosternya banyak banget. Nah itu yang kita coba mainkan lah, kita coba rapin during Ramadan festive season.
So again, it's dari mata ke hati.
Dari mata ke hati lagi.
Culture relevance.
Culture.
Yeah, right. And I guess to wrap it up, we have one closing question left. And just if you had to give one piece of advice to brands for this particular Ramadan season, what would it be and why? Eddie?
I think it's important to do cross-platform campaign. Jadi there's no one size fits all. Harus bisa leveraging semua platform yang udah ada, tapi harus ada cara untuk integrate all of them. Jangan sampai semuanya terpisah-pisah gitu. And I think it's very important nowadays dengan teknologi yang kita punya, dengan digital, terus juga ada O2O, online to offline, with the interactivity, you can ask for survey, you can ask for many things. I think it's very important to create one cohesive and integrated campaign and leveraging multi-platform campaign and know your timing.
Okay, timing and integrated campaign. Beno?
One single advice actually, we are investing on the brand side, di mana sebenarnya brand dan cultural relevant itu akan engage customer dengan lebih kencang gitu ya. Karena it's proven di Lain Parcel sendiri, di mana caranya kita logistik bisa menjadi relevan ke so many audiences, be it itu kita punya agent-agent yang memang banyakkan boomers, ada di umur-umur yang above 40, above 50. While kita sementara punya customer yang sebenarnya so many in younger ages gitu ya, 23 ke bawah. Jadi gimana kita bisa balancing those two dan kita bisa tappingin dengan cultural relevant yang tadi seperti disampaikan, be it itu dari be it dari entertainment, dari sisi emosionalnya, back to brand itself. Dari sisi personanya kan hidupnya seperti apa. Itu akan bisa ngambil kita sebagai investment, manifesting for the future. Gimana brand itu bisa relate terhadap audiens yang memang sudah ditargetkan lah istilah kata. Karena kita nggak cuma berpikir Ramadan itu hanya terjadi di tahun 2025 atau 2024, tapi kita manifesting for the next Ramadan. We can harvesting on the next Ramadan.
Yeah, especially since you have many customers, including, not just the customer that's buying, but also your suppliers, right?
Yes, true.
Yeah.
So many sellers, so many suppliers,
Yeah.
corporate clients.
And that's people you advertise to as well.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
And the new wave of the Juragan that I mentioned before.
Yeah. Okay. And how about you?
Yes, Ramadan is a time-sensitive moment, dan you need to be agile and also adaptable, yeah, toward the situations. So definitely you cannot go alone. That collaborations is needed in your internals as well. Because like I'm here with my marketing teams as well. I'm thankful for them to support me on this journey as well. So definitely collaborations and being adaptable to the situations by seeking something that is different from whatever you've done from last year. So you can keep optimizing your campaign, ensuring your promotions, your message are aligned with the current moment. Thank you.
Okay, great, perfect, right on time. Thank you so much, Eddie, Bemo, and Fauzan for all the great insights, and thank you all for listening.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much.